Hi everybody, this is Bobby with bobbystamps.blogspot.com, and I'm going to show you how to make this super cute card. I just love it. It uses the Ombre Ink Pads, and as you can tell, there's not a sentiment on the front. I thought about doing something down the diagonal because this is using the vertical greeting stamp set, but it just kind of took away from the front of the card, so I decided I didn't want to do that. So when you open it up on the inside, we have our sentiment right there, and it's just because, and then you can write a little note, whatever. So we'll go ahead and get started. Let me go over what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the 3 Ombre Ink Pads, and this one is Rich Raspberry, Calypso Coral, and Bermuda Bay. Then we're going to be using Daffodil Delight, and then the regular Bermuda Bay ink pads. We're going to use the Vertical Greeting stamp set. We're going to use this for our flowers, and the Just Because, and as you can see, just like the title says, it's vertical greetings. The greetings are all vertical. We're going to use Bermuda Bay cardstock for our card base. So we'll just go ahead and score that really quick while we have it out. Then you're going to need 2 Whisper White pieces of cardstock, and these are cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And one is for the outside and one is for the inside. And then I'm just going to grab my piercing mat. We're also going to use the Bermuda Bay, I think this is, yeah, stitched ribbon. So we'll use that. And then we're going to use the basic jewel rhinestones. So we will just go ahead and get started. I'm just going to grab a piece of grid paper so that way I don't get my piercing mat. I think I'm going to use this one, and then we'll use the Daffodil Delight, and then, oh, I almost forgot, we're also using Touches of Texture for our background. Sorry about that. And it's going to be this one right here, and this is a 2 set. As you can see, that one says 1 and that one says 2 of 2, so you get both of these when you purchase the set. And then we're going to use the splatter. So we'll just ink that up. And then I still, even though this is a splatter background, I still turn the stamp because we don't want them to all be going in the same direction. Okay? And then you can go back in if you feel like you have some white on there. I just like mine really covered up. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and close that up because we're done with that now. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and start stamping the with the Ombre Ink Pads. We'll use the Rich Raspberry first. And I don't know if you can see this, but it's kind of hard. I'll show you on the next one. On this one it's really hard to see. But I started with the lightest at the top and the darkest at the bottom just because I wanted my pot, my flower pot down here, to be the darkest. And the secret to using these is you can't just be, you know, stamped down, because you'll get these lines where it's the variant different shading the colors. I don't know if you guys, I'll show you on, make sure that you guys see on the lightest one, but if you might be able to see it if I flip it over this way. See those little, each one of those, you could pop these out, but each one of these is a different color. So you're going lightest to darkest, or either darkest to lightest. So what I did was, you just want to move it all around, kind of staying with, you know, like the top I kind of kept at the top, but you want to use it kind of going like this. You don't want to go straight on. You want to move it around, and then that will prevent you from getting, you can, you know, lay it down on the table to do it, or however you choose. But I stamped the first one in the Rich Raspberry. You just want to hold it down there, let all that soak in. I always just pop your lid on there while you're waiting, and just pull it up. We have to clean our stamp in between each one. The next will be Calypso Coral, and this one's easier for you guys to see what I was talking about. You can really see the lightest here going down to the darkest, and it's the same as the other one with the back. But you just, I kind of go in circular motions with it. If you guys can see that, just back and forth, and you can kind of look at it. You can even lay it, you know, if you choose to do it like that. And then we'll just put this one in the middle. And again, just let that soak through for a little bit, and then pop it back up. And then the last one is Bermuda Bay. And then we'll just do it over here to the side. And I forgot we do need the Daffodil Delight to do the inside. I don't normally finish the inside of my card, so I kind of spaced that out. Okay, so then I'm just going to set that out of the way. We'll go ahead and do the ribbon. And I just measure this, lay it on the card, make sure you're going to have enough to go around the back. And I just put one kind of up close to the top. Got a little tiny piece of tape because you don't need that much. You're going to be using a couple of more pieces for the other ones, the other pieces that we have to put on. And then I always just like to flip it over and make sure I got it looking right. And then again, just make sure you have enough so you can wrap it around the back. We'll do this one about there. And these are pretty easy to move if you get them wrong. And don't pull too tight, guys, because you don't want, when we go here in a little bit to gather them and put the bow in the middle, you don't want to pull your card. So that's why mine are kind of looking a little bit loose, because I'm not really pulling them super tight because I don't want my card bowing when I get ready to tie that bow in the center. And you could tie the bow and use glue dots to put it on there, but that's not what I did. I'll show you just here in a second. And I think this one got twisted, so we'll just pull that up. Make sure, yep, got twisted when I was bringing it around, I bet. So just pull that down like that. Kind of even them out a little bit, so that way when we do go together, it's not going to be all clumpy lumpy. I cut a pretty nice piece because I want to make sure that I have enough. I put it right in the center, and then I just made my knot to gather it, and then just make sure you're bending it back like so, and then you can just tie your bow. And then you can let the fun begin on trying to get it the perfect bow and the perfect size. And you just keep manipulating it. I'm going to go ahead and cut these off though, because I think I pretty much have it where I'm going to keep it. And I'm just going to pull it just a little bit tighter. Okay. Now I'm going to share a secret with you guys that I do. If my bow is not laying the way that I want it to, I take a glue dot and I just roll it over with my finger. And I put it on the back of one of them, probably the one that's giving me a hard time. And then you can just make it lay there, and then it usually will make the other one. So look how pretty that is now by doing that. It just kind of made it behave. So if you have one side that's kind of going crazy on you, that's what I do. If I want to put them where I want them. And then we're just going to grab the jeweled rhinestones, and I put one in the center of each of the flowers. If they don't stick to my fingers. And I just washed my hands, so they shouldn't be too sticky. I don't think I got the glue with that one. So what I'll do is just grab my 2-way glue pen and put just a little bit of glue right there. Pick that back up and just reposition it. Hold it down just a second and it should be fine. Sometimes you can kind of see when you're not getting the glue, the backing off the paper when you go to lift those up. And normally you do. I normally don't have a problem with these, but I think on a sheet of this size to get one that doesn't, and it's probably my fault too, for the way I picked it up. Kind of manipulate that one there in the middle. And I'll do that one. That one. One more. Whoops. And we'll do that one. Okay, now we'll go ahead and just set this to the side. And we'll grab, this is what we're going to use for the inside of the card. So we'll just ink that up again, and I just did a little bit on this side. Turn it and do a little bit on that side. And then grab the Bermuda Bay and grab our sentiment. Maybe I'll grab our sentiments. Let me see, I don't think I have that lined up very straight. Let's see. And I'm just doing this just to push it on the stamp because I had it laying there. So we'll just ink that up. And then just right here in this corner was where I chose to put it. You can put it wherever you want. But it says just because. And then we will grab some Fast Fuse. And we'll just stick that on the outside like so. And then we'll open it up on the inside and do the same thing. And there you go. Cute card, guys. Super quick, super fast. So if you want the supply list, you can just visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.blogspot.com. If you don't currently have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to send you our new holiday catalog or our annual catalog. You can visit my blog to get more information about that. And I do want to let you guys know too that I have been doing a lot of cleaning in my craft room today, and I'm going to be selling some of my retired or no longer available Stampin' Up! Products, and I'm also going to throw in some things that are non-Stampin' Up! Probably within the next week or so. So if you want to visit my blog, there'll be more details on that about that too. I just gotta get the boxes from the post office and things to get that going. But I hope you enjoyed this card, and thanks for stopping by, guys.